All right, so you're prepping for that Animal Feed Supervisor interview.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, interviews can be a little nerve-wracking.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But we're diving into RoleCatcher's guides today
Okay.
to help you not just answer questions, but really impress.
Yeah.
Think of this as your secret weapon.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so paint me a picture. What's the day-to-day like for an animal feed supervisor?
Yeah, so...
It's not all spreadsheets and meetings, right?
Right. Imagine a bustling plant environment.
Good.
You're overseeing that entire feed manufacturing process.
Wow.
From those raw materials coming in to the packaged product going out.
Okay.
It can be noisy,
Yeah.
dusty. Sometimes you're dealing with chemicals.
Right.
Safety's a big deal, and that's something to highlight even in the interview.
Oh, interesting.
Shows you're not just book smart, you get the reality.
So being able to talk about safety protocols
Yeah.
isn't just about knowing the rules.
Right.
It's showing you're already thinking like someone who's responsible for a whole team.
Exactly, and you'll be interacting with all sorts of people. But production staff on the floor, lab technicians running tests. Management, strong communication is key.
Definitely, yeah.
But let's get to the heart of it, those interview questions.
Okay.
RoleCatcher's giving us 8 common ones, so let's break them down one by one.
Let's do it.
Okay.
First up, tell us about your experience with animal feed.
Okay.
Seems simple enough, but I bet there's a way to make your answer stand out.
Absolutely. This is your chance to showcase your passion and depth of knowledge. Don't just list jobs.
Right.
Weave in your understanding of animal nutrition, maybe different feed types you've worked with.
Ooh.
Even mentioning relevant certifications like Feed Quality Assurance or HACCP, it hints at your dedication to best practices.
So even in that first answer, I'm already showing them I'm not just here for a job.
Yeah.
I'm here because I care about doing it right.
Precisely. Now, question 2 gets more specific. How do you ensure the quality and safety of animal feed?
Oh.
This is where you prove you're not just talking the talk.
I can see how they'd want someone who's proactive, not just following a checklist.
Right. Instead of saying, I follow all the rules, talk about actual quality control processes you've implemented.
Right.
Maybe a rigorous testing program you helped set up, or how you've been involved in employee training on safety procedures.
Giving concrete examples makes all the difference, doesn't it?
It does.
Now, this next one is interesting. How do you manage a team of feed technicians or production workers?
Okay.
Leadership styles must vary a lot in this field.
They do, but it's not enough to just label yourself collaborative, results-oriented, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Back it up. Tell them about a time you had to motivate your team to meet a tight deadline.
Okay.
Or how you resolved a conflict between 2 team members.
I could see how sharing those stories makes your leadership style come alive.
Yes.
It's not just a theory, it's you in action.
Exactly. Now, get ready for question 4. Can you describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a problem with animal feed production? This is where that STAR method comes in handy.
Yeah.
Situation, task, action, result.
Ah, yes, that classic storytelling framework.
It is.
Helps you stay focused and deliver a clear, impactful answer.
Right. RoleCatcher even gives an example of a contamination issue.
Okay.
How they had to trace it back, quarantine a batch,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards. But you should think about your own experience.
Right.
Was there a time a piece of equipment malfunctioned?
Yeah.
Or an unexpected ingredient shortage? How did you handle it?
I bet even if the situation itself wasn't dramatic, the way you approached it can reveal a lot about your problem-solving skills.
Absolutely. Now, this next one is all about staying ahead of the curve. How do you keep up with industry trends and new developments in animal feed production?
This is where I'd mention those industry associations, right?
Yes.
The American Feed Industry Association, or AFIA,
Uh-huh.
and the National Grain and Feed Association, the NGFA.
Exactly. Being a part of those shows initiative.
Okay.
But go beyond that, too.
Like,
Do you follow any specific blogs or websites?
Mhm.
Subscribe to industry magazines.
right.
Maybe you've even taken some online courses. Show them you're hungry for knowledge.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
It's like proving you're already invested in this world even before you get the job. Okay, question 6.
Right.
Can you tell us about a time when you had to make a difficult decision related to animal feed production? Ooh, this one feels a little heavier.
It is, but it's also a chance to show your integrity.
Oh.
Maybe you had to choose between meeting a deadline and upholding a quality standard,
Oh, yeah.
or perhaps there was a safety concern that required you to make a tough call.
Right.
Focus on your thought process, how you weighed the factors involved.
So it's not just about the decision itself. It's about showcasing your ability to think critically and ethically.
Right. Now onto the financial side. How do you ensure that animal feed production meets budget and financial targets?
Okay.
This is where you prove you're not just a quality expert, you understand the business side too.
I can see how they'd want someone who's cost-conscious without sacrificing those high standards.
Exactly. Think about any experience you have with managing budgets,
Okay.
tracking expenses, or finding ways to optimize production.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever suggest a change that saved the company money?
Well,
Or identify a way to reduce waste without impacting quality? Those are the stories they want to hear.
it's all about that balance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, final question, and this one sounds intense.
Hmm.
Can you describe a time when you had to manage a crisis related to animal feed production?
Oh, yeah.
I'm already picturing all kinds of worst-case scenarios.
It could be anything, a contamination scare, equipment failure,
Yeah.
even a natural disaster impacting the facility.
Oh, wow.
The key here is to show you can stay calm under pressure, communicate clearly,
Go.
and take decisive action.
So walk me through your crisis management process.
Okay.
What are your first steps?
Sure.
How do you keep everyone informed and working together?
It's about having a plan, but also being adaptable.
Right.
Maybe you had to quickly implement a backup system
Okay.
or reorganize tasks to keep things running smoothly. Highlight how your actions helped mitigate the situation and prevent further damage.
Wow, we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
And I have to say, even I'm feeling more prepared for an animal feed supervisor interview now.
Good.
But remember, this is just the start.
Right.
We still need to talk about career paths, those all-important certifications, and how RoleCatcher's AI can give you a personalized edge. But we'll dive into that after a quick break.
It's amazing how just talking through those questions can boost your confidence, right?
Exactly. Let's talk career paths.
Okay.
What's the typical trajectory for someone in this role?
Yeah.
Is it just climbing the ladder within the same company?
Right.
Or are there other avenues to explore?
It can be both.
Okay.
Of course, with experience and a proven track record, you can move up to production manager,
Okay.
even plant manager eventually.
Wow.
But what's fascinating is how this role sets you up for all sorts of related fields, too.
Okay, spill the beans. What
Yeah.
other doors can this open?
Think about it. You're developing expertise in animal nutrition, quality control, even the business side of things that could lead you to specializing in feed formulation,
Oh, wow.
becoming a sought-after consultant for livestock producers,
Yeah.
or maybe you get into sales, using your knowledge to advise farmers on the best feed solutions.
So it's not just about the feed itself.
Right.
It's about the whole ecosystem around it.
Exactly. And don't forget research and development.
Oh, right.
Companies are constantly innovating,
Yeah.
creating new feed products, exploring alternative ingredients.
Wow.
Your experience could be valuable there, too.
Wow. I'm already picturing myself with a lab coat developing the next big breakthrough in animal nutrition.
Right.
But let's be realistic.
Okay.
What are some tangible steps I can take to boost my credentials?
Yeah.
That's where certifications come in, right?
They're like gold stars on your resume.
Yeah.
We mentioned feed quality assurance earlier, FQA.
Yeah.
But let's break down what it really means. This certification shows you've gone deep into feed safety,
Okay.
quality control, even regulatory compliance. It tells employers you're serious about best practices.
So it's not just a piece of paper.
Right.
It's proof that I've invested in my knowledge and I'm committed to doing things right.
Precisely. Then there's hazard analysis and critical control points, HACCP for short.
ACCCP.
This one's internationally recognized, and it's all about preventing contamination throughout the entire production process.
HACCP sounds pretty intense. What kind of stuff does it cover?
Think of it as a system for identifying potential hazards before they become problems.
Okay.
You learn to analyze each step, establish critical control points, set strict limits,
Mm-hmm.
and document everything meticulously. It's like having a detective's eye for food safety.
So having that HACCP certification means I'm not just reactive.
Right.
I'm proactive.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking 10 steps ahead to prevent any issues.
Exactly. And lastly, there's the Certified Professional Animal Auditor,
Okay.
CPAA.
CPAA.
This one's unique because it goes beyond just feed.
Okay.
You're trained to audit entire animal production facilities,
Wow.
ensuring they meet strict standards for animal welfare,
Mm-hmm.
biosecurity, even environmental sustainability.
That's amazing. So if someone's passionate about the ethical treatment of animals
Yes.
and creating a more responsible food system, this certification is a way to make a real difference.
Absolutely. And for you, as an aspiring animal feed supervisor, having that CPAA certification shows you're not just focused on one part of the process.
Okay.
You understand the big picture and how it all connects.
It's like, I'm not just looking for a job. I'm looking to be a leader in this industry and contribute to something bigger.
Exactly. And that brings us back to RoleCatcher and those AI tools we mentioned.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about their CV/resume builder?
Yes.
It's not just about making your resume look pretty, it's about making it speak directly to the people hiring for this specific role.
Okay, walk me through how it works. I'm picturing some futuristic robot writing my resume for me,
Right.
but I'm guessing it's a bit more nuanced than that.
You upload your existing resume and the job description for the Animal Feed Supervisor position.
Okay. RoleCatcher's AI then analyzes both documents looking for keywords,
Uh-huh.
relevant skills, even the specific language used in the job ad.
Wow.
It then suggests changes you can make to your resume to highlight the experience and qualifications that matter most to that particular employer.
So it's like having an insider's guide to what they're really looking for.
Yes.
Even if it's not explicitly stated in the job posting.
Exactly. It helps you tailor your resume to stand out from the crowd and get noticed by those applicant tracking systems,
Okay.
or ATS, that many companies use to filter applications.
So it's like I'm getting a leg up before the interview even starts. Amazing. But what about prepping for those tricky questions once I do land an interview?
That's where RoleCatcher's interview practice feature comes in. It's like having a personal interview coach,
Oh, wow.
but available 24/7.
Okay, tell me more. This sounds too good to be true.
You choose the specific job role you're interviewing for.
Okay.
In this case, Animal Feed Supervisor, the AI, then presents you with common questions tailored to that position.
Okay.
Like the ones we discussed earlier, you can type in your answers,
Mm.
or even record yourself answering them out loud.
Wait, so it analyzes my actual voice and delivery, too?
It does.
That's next level stuff.
It provides feedback on everything from the content of your answers
Wow.
to your clarity, pacing, even your body language if you're recording video.
So it's like having a mirror that not only reflects what I'm saying,
Yes.
but also how I'm coming across that's invaluable?
Exactly. And the feedback is specific and actionable.
Oh, great.
It might suggest using stronger verbs,
Okay.
adding more concrete examples, even adjusting your tone of voice to convey more confidence.
This is blowing my mind.
So,
It's like I'm not just prepping for an interview, I'm learning essential skills that will benefit me throughout my entire career.
precisely.
Yeah.
And the best part is RoleCatcher's AI is constantly learning and evolving.
Wow.
So the more you use it, the more personalized and effective the feedback becomes.
So it's like having a partner in my career journey guiding me every step of the way. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with one final thought.
It really feels like RoleCatcher has thought of everything to help someone land their dream job. But even with all the best tools, it still comes down to you in that interview room.
Preparation is key.
Yeah.
But don't get so caught up in rehearsing that you lose that genuine spark.
Right.
The interviewers want to see your passion for this field, your excitement about the role.
So it's like finding that sweet spot between being polished and being authentic, not robotic, right?
Exactly. Now let's rewind for a second. We've talked about those 8 common interview questions in detail, but remember, those are just starting points.
Okay.
The interviewers might throw curveballs, ask follow-up questions based on your specific answers.
Okay, that makes sense. So how do I prepare for the unpredictable? Because I can't rehearse for every possible scenario, right?
You can't, but what you can do is think about the underlying themes behind those questions.
Okay.
Are they trying to gauge your leadership style, your problem-solving skills, your commitment to quality and safety? Once you understand what they're really looking for, you can adapt your answers to fit any question they throw your way.
So it's less about memorizing specific responses and more about developing a deep understanding of the role and how my skills and experiences align with it.
Precisely, and that's where RoleCatcher's AI can be such a valuable tool. It's not just giving you generic advice, it's analyzing your specific strengths and weaknesses and providing tailored feedback based on the job you're applying for.
That's what's so cool about this whole approach. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's personalized guidance every step of the way.
Exactly. Now, thinking beyond this specific interview, remember those career paths we discussed? It's never too early to start mapping out your future.
Right.
Maybe this Animal Feed Supervisor role is your dream job, and that's fantastic. But even then, having a long-term vision keeps you motivated and helps you identify opportunities for growth.
So whether it's moving up within the company specializing in a particular area or even branching out into a related field, it's good to have those goals in mind.
Absolutely. And those certifications we discussed, those are like milestones on your career journey. Earning those credentials not only demonstrates your expertise, it shows potential employers that you're dedicated to continuous learning and professional development.
Like those certifications are proof that I'm not just content with the status quo. I'm always striving to improve and expand my knowledge.
Exactly. And that attitude, that thirst for knowledge is what will ultimately set you apart from the competition, no matter what career path you choose.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listener with this. You've got this. You're armed with the knowledge, the tools, and the resources to not only ace this interview, but to build a fulfilling and successful career in the world of animal feed production.
Well said. Remember, this industry is all about nourishing life-supporting farmers and ultimately contributing to a sustainable food system. That's something to be proud of.
Absolutely. So go out there, impress those interviewers, and make a positive impact on the world.
And
Yeah.
hey,
Okay.
don't be a stranger if you ever need a refresher or want to explore those career paths further. You know where to find us. RoleCatcher's got your back.